In this video today, I'm going to show you step by step how you can find a sourcing agent in China that can help you source your products in China. If you want to find out why exactly you need an agent or you're not sure about that, I'll just give you the quick run through. If you want to have the detailed run through, just have a look inside of the channel. There's so many videos about why you need an agent. So just look into the channel and then just search for sourcing agent. You'll see all the videos I have about that, which is quite a bunch. So make sure to check them out. But to just give you the shortcut here, why do you need a sourcing agent? Basically, they save you money on your product. You don't need to do the work yourself, and they just do everything for you while saving you money on your product. So it's a no-brainer to use a sourcing agent. However, to find a sourcing agent, you need to follow a couple of steps so that you can make sure your agent is actually reliable and is someone that you can trust. Now, I've been working with about 200 agents over the last 4 or 5 years, and that is because I own a sourcing company in China. So I'm living in China. We're actually filming this in China. I'm in China most of the year, most of the time. And I own a sourcing company. So we act as sourcing agents as well, basically. So where you could hire me and my team here on the ground in China, the Chinese team, to then source your product for you and handle that for you. So I just wanted to show you this information just so that you can get your own picture and decide for yourself, do you want to go as a Chinese sourcing agent or do you rather want to go with us as a company being in China? But I just wanted to give you the rundown so you can actually make an educated decision and find out what to do. And so I just wanted to show you the steps here real quick. So the one tool that I love for finding sourcing agents is Upwork.com. I used Fiverr before, I used freelancer.com, I used Upwork. And Upwork usually beat everyone else. Upwork usually is more expensive as well, but that is just because you have better trained people, or you kind of get what you pay for, right? And with sourcing, it's just like that. It is much more expensive to have a cheap agent who gets you an unreliable supplier than it is to have an agent that charges a bit more, but therefore you have a much more reliable supply chain. Because if your supply chain has an issue, you're going to get in big trouble with cash flow, with your risk. If you order a product and you send whatever, how much money, it doesn't matter how much money it is. You send money to China and your product isn't delivered, or your product arrives in your country and it doesn't have the right quality, that is a problem. And that is why we want to have a sourcing agent. Everyone just goes, and says, well, how much can they save me? Like, even if you would have to pay them, you should do it. You don't have to pay them extra because they save you money, but like, it's so much more about finding a reliable supplier and having the agent being kind of your insurance than them being a means to save money because labor in China is cheap, which it isn't for good people. Okay, so I want to show you real quick, how do you find people on Upwork? Okay, so you just go create your account, and what you want to do is you want to post a job. Okay, you want to post a job, and when you post a job, you want to put out a job request for sourcing agent. Okay, so we use Upwork to find a sourcing agent. In the very beginning, basically, the steps that we're going to run through is, very first, you want to attract a lot of agents. Okay, you want to invite them to your job. Then you want to interview them, and then you want to test them. And not all of them, but so you kind of funnel that down. You filter it down from a lot of people you invite to your job to a few people that you chat with, through fewer people that you actually test. And based on that, you make your decision on how well can you work with someone to then move forward in long term. Okay, so to start that, we select the short-term or part-time work because for now it's just really something you just want them to source one thing real quick. Okay, so we had the short-term, and then we continue to next. Then we enter the name of the job post, which can be sourcing agent. And then you want to know. Then you want to say what it is. Is it for drop shipping or is it for bulk orders? I'm gonna go with the example of bulk orders here. Okay. And I'm gonna say Amazon FBA. So just for to have some sort of recognition, so that the people that apply to the job actually know what this is for. Okay. Then you have a job category. They actually give you this here: sourcing and the process of finding and sourcing suppliers to gather raw materials and organization needs for products or services. So that kind of stuff is actually the right category. So you hit next. And then you need to fill out a job description, okay? So a good description includes whatever they say here, what are the deliverables, the type of freelancer you're looking for, and any unique things about the project. So you just want to give them a test project, okay? So you want to say, hey, I want you to source marker pens, okay? So that's what we're going to put in the description. You want to know, you want to say what it is for, you want to, put this out. So I'm just going to create that real quick, and then I'll come back to you here. So, and to do that, guys, I have this file here for you that you can see on the screen, which is the job description, which is the whole thing as a template. I put that online for you, and we'll put a link in the description where you can get that to contact your supplier for free, just because I'm a nice guy. So what you want to do here is, this is how the job description looks like. I said, I'm looking for a reliable agent with 5+ years experience sourcing private label products in China. So I specify, I say, private label products because that's what I'm looking for. The products I'm looking for are priced around $2 to $6 and or whatever your price range is, right? So you need to replace it. I just want to have them to get an idea about what they're looking for, because if they need to know kind of what's the pay here. So I say, okay, the products that I'm looking for are between $2 and $6. So let's say $5, right? And then I say, hey, if this guy is looking for 1,000 units, that's $5,000. So if I quote him whatever percentage, that's going to be my pay. So you can basically just filter out some people already and just save that time. And then you specify how many units you want. So you say, okay, usually I'm looking for 500 to 1,000 units for the first order. Follow-up orders are around. And obviously you want to replace that with your numbers. If you're looking for 100 units or 200 units, you want to put that in there. You want to make clear what you're looking for. And then you want to say, hey, your task includes, so the agent needs to know what they need to do, right? So you say, okay, contacting and filter suppliers that you have a good impression about. This is basically just them going out and finding direct manufacturers instead of you looking on Alibaba and dealing with trading companies. Then you want them to send you the 5 best quotations that they get. So you have a little bit of something that you can pick from. And then you want them to order a product sample for you. So that can be a simple product sample. Even if you want to have logos on it, at this stage, we just want to have a very, very simple sample. So for that, what I prefer to offer, what I like to offer is $50 upfront plus the sample shipping costs, or the sample cost, whatever it costs to get the sample to you, right? With that $50, this is just something like, here I'm serious, because how do they know you're serious? They deal with so many people that ask them to source a product, and then when they're ready to order, when they did all the work, then the guy says, oh, I changed my mind, I want to sell another product, or maybe I don't want to do this, let's do this again. But the agent put all the hours and all the time in there, so you don't want to take advantage of anyone, okay? Then you say, that's why you offer this upfront payment. And then you say, hey, if I'm happy with the quotes and the product quality, I would like you to assist me with the following things. And then it goes through all the rest of the sourcing process. Negotiating prices, developing packaging, develop a product with your logo and the changes, deal with the factory until you have the perfect sample. Meaning it has the logo the way you want it, it has the packaging the way you want it, it has the changes the way you want it. Then send me samples, you will cover the shipping. And those are then the final samples, okay? Then fix any order details in a contract with the supplier. That is really important that you have this order agreement in place. Place the order for you, get your quotes for shipping, and help you arrange shipping. These are all the other things. And therefore, what you offer is a 5% fee on the total order value. So if you order something for $10,000, then 5% fee is $500. Also, the agent will handle follow-up orders for you. Right? So on the follow-up orders, you still pay your 5%. They saved you so much money. Don't be greedy here. Don't say, oh, I don't need you anymore, I handle it myself. Let them handle it. Give them their 5%. They put all the hard work in the beginning. They don't make any money with it in the beginning. Right? The $500 you pay them, or $200, that's not something they make a lot of money with, because they put a lot of time and effort into that. So where their money is in all the follow-up orders, where you want to work with them again, because that's your insurance, if you will. Therefore, you offer 5% of the total order value. And then you say all future orders with the supplier will be placed through you, and you will keep your commission for all of these orders. If you're interested, please contact me on WeChat. You can just contact them through Upwork and do this. I just have the WeChat ID in here. Doesn't matter, you can just do it that way. So what you want to do is you copy this and you just paste that into Upwork. Boom. Obviously, you wanna exchange your details here, right? Boom. So you can upload additional files, information for your products, anything like that. You say next, And then we want to do this a one-time project. Later on, you'll want to work with them long term, but just to test them out, just to track some people, you say, okay, one-time project. Then you have some questions you can ask them, which doesn't really, like, I don't ask them a lot of questions here because I do that in an interview. I want to talk to them. I want to get a gut feeling on how well can I communicate with them. Because if you can't communicate well with them, you don't even need to start working together. So you say next. Then you can add some skills if you want to. I usually don't do that because I invite people to the job. Then the experience. Do you want to have an entry-level experience, intermediate, or expert? I like to look for intermediate or for expert. That is what I like. I want to have expert people so they can get me the best price. You will always save more money with better people than you will spend on cheap people. Okay, how many do you need for that? One freelancer. Do you have specific freelancers that you want to invite? If you already know some, you can put that in here. Usually you don't have that, and then we hit next once we chose something that I forgot to pick. Let's have a look. Oh, who can see your job? You say invite only. You only want to invite people. And you say next. Then we offer a fixed price, and we just put in here $250. Okay, because that would be for a sourcing project. That's kind of what it is. These are always things that can be negotiated. You can talk about, you just want to attract the right kind of people. Okay. Okay, then you just review that, coworkers, email address, So you post the job. Now your job is live, but because we said invite only, like no one sees it. So now what you do, now you look for sourcing agents, and you already have some here suggested to you. So you see you got all these guys here. Drop shipping agent, you have to pay per hour, you see what they do, and you want to go for Chinese people, unless you want to go for me, because I have Chinese people. So you don't want to have a foreigner source this for you, because they will never get the right prices for you. This is to stay away from foreigners in China. Always have Chinese people do that. Okay, Shopify, Amazon, dropshipping, sourcing. So what you do here is, this one, by the way, her name is Nancy. This one here, she's really good. Okay, I worked with her before personally. She's good. You can use her. But anyway, you just go over it and you look through some of the things. You see if it looks good to you, right? You look through the reviews, and then you chat. Okay, once you're in the chat, then you ask them a bunch of questions. We're going to cover that in another video, but you just get a gut feeling, basically. That is what matters. You want to get a gut feeling. You want to hire one or two of them to start sourcing for you, and you want to see how that goes. And once that's done, then you have a sourcing agent that you can work with in long term. So basically, you would chat with them, and then you would invite them, or you would invite them to the job. And then once they're invited, and once they approve it, once they say, okay, I'm interested, then you chat with the people. So you just go through this, invite a lot of people, then you chat with them, and then you pick your agent. If you like this video, hit the little like button there, hit the bell, because we're going to do a lot more videos like this. I actually had a whole course on sourcing in China that I sold for $1,000, and I'm giving that course away for free. So I'm not selling the course anymore, because we just focus on our service, helping you source your products, so you don't have to do anything. You just do a call with us, and then we do it for you. If you want to learn how to do that, make sure to subscribe to this channel, because we're going to dripping out the whole course on this channel over time. So make sure you subscribe, because we're going to put the whole course that people paid $1,000 for, you get that for free. Also, if you want to know how to increase your online sales, there's a free web class that you can just book with the button below here. And don't forget to check out your agent contact file, if you will, or the job description file, because you can just get that with another link here below in the description. So I hope you liked that, and I hope you got value out of it. If you did like it, hit the like button, leave me a comment if you have questions about this process, and I catch you tomorrow. Cheers.